Let's watch this. Ungrateful Somalis.
The Trump administration is still rewriting the executive order that would temporarily close America's doors to refugees.
So this news channel basically drumming about how United States is limiting their immigration policies from bringing all the immigrant into the country. The first thing that these people don't understand in their mind is that every country have a policies where how many people can come into their country. You don't have as an individual. Nobody have rights to go to any other countries. Every country have rights to not allow anyone to come to their country. Nobody owes you anything. Where your country is fucked up so bad, so what? It's not other people's problem to fix your country. If your country is fucked up, so that's not anyone's problem but your problem. The fact that you're allowed to come to United States in itself should be an admirable thing to say. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here, to come to United States, to live in peace, to succeed, allow myself to succeed if I wanted to, or collect welfare like a lot of these people do go out and daycare frauds, welfare frauds, business frauds, join Muslim terrorist organizations. It's not enough that these people destroy their own countries and then begging at the refugee camps, sitting there at the UN office day in and day out, crying their eyes out that they want to come to the United States. And then when they get here, they send their children to go join Muslim terrorist organization. They send money back to the terrorist organization like Al-Shabaab and train their kids to hate the kuffar or the Christian countries. Why are you so worried about coming to the United States, coming to the countries that you hate so much? And then let's watch this. Let's just watch.
Refugees. Courts blocked the first version. The ban is part of the president's plan for fighting terrorism. But Mark Strassman talked to some teenage immigrants who think Mr. Trump should reconsider.
America's the savior, there's always like a second chance.
As a nation of second chances, America welcomed these young Somali war refugees. 18-year-old Abatobe and his 17-year-old sister Zaitun came here 7 years ago.
Do you think the president and his team understand what it is to be a refugee?
No.
They definitely don't.
Why should they? It's like, would you understand what it means to be a sick person? Why should they? They're not sick, they're healthy. It's not their problem that you're a refugee. Don't make your problem, your burden of society, your incompetent, your inability to succeed in life. Your country is screwing up other people's problem. America is not the problem. You are the one that want to run away from your country. And America have responsibility to their own citizen, to their own economy. And they have rights to not allow anyone to come to the United States, to come to not only the US, every country. Look at the China, for example. Chinese, they don't even allow immigration to their countries because they can. This is their country. And they have a say whether or not anyone can come into their country or not. And every country have policies to limit savages from coming to their country and destroying their countries. Of course they should.
They don't really think about who they're affecting. You leave everything in your old country just to get here, and then it's like a slap in the face.
Exactly.
They don't understand how hard it is.
More than 100,000 Somali refugees have fled to the U.S. since
Why would you want to
1991. They escaped decades of civil war, famine.
Why would you want to bring this kind of people to your country to begin with? I mean, honestly, if you have a country, you want to bring people that are healthy, that are not terrorist-oriented people, that are intellectually competent, are more civilized, from more civilized countries, not as savages that are you're going to babysit them for the rest of their entire life. These people, when they come to the United States, the resources, all the public housing, the healthcare system is going to be clogged up so much because these people bring in not only that you have to care for their housing, they care for their food, also they come in, they bring in so much diseases, so much disease. You have to that they depending on the diseases that they have, that they cannot pay for their own medical services, the housing needs that they have, they can't have, they don't have the resources to pay for their own housing. Everything is like for the rest of their life they're depending on the government. This is a disaster. If you're an immigrant, immigration official, why would you bring in this kind of people to your country? You're indirectly, or if you're, whether you know it or not, you're actually destroying your own country. You're destroying your own country. This is not what you should be bringing to your country. You should be bringing to your country people are already in the civilized society where they are educated to better your country. People who is going to advance your countries, build your country up, not something that's gonna bring your country down. This is not the people that will do that.
And Islamic extremism. 15-year-old Shadia Saeed was born here after her parents fled that war. 18-year-old Hamdi Abdi arrived a year ago.
I thought like America was like you had many opportunities, there's always money, and everyone's happy, and you'd actually meet humans.
Of course you have opportunities. Once you get here, everything that you wanted to do, you can do it. Only thing that's limiting your opportunity is yourself. If you're not smart enough to educate yourself, to pass all the necessary tests, the schools, whatever fields of study that you choose to get into, you decide how far you're gonna go. But the fact that other people, you have the chance to come to the United States, you should be grateful that you're allowed to come here instead of badgering the country, instead of bad mouthing the country. You should be thankful that you're allowed to come to the United States, not living in the savages slums of the refugee camps.
And no one would actually really want to kill you. So that's what I actually thought it was. And then when you came, you had Trump, and he's him.
Trump want to kill you? See how these people are. No idea. Trump have no desire. You are nothing to the United States. First you have to realize that you're nothing. You are like a little savages depending on lynches, that depending your whole life on the United States. The fact that you're not provided with everything when you are supposed to go out and work, get education. The fact that you're in this country, you're allowed to be here, in itself is enough.
I guess ideas changed of what I thought America would be.
Most of us are looking for a second chance, you know? And I felt like as if he just was like, oh, all Muslims are bad, you know?
Has this issue.
Most Muslims are bad. They are. If you look around the world right now, any time, any given time, it doesn't matter if it's 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 200 years ago, 50 years ago. Everywhere you look, the terrorist attack. They cannot even live within themselves, within their own societies. Look at everywhere where a large number of Muslims. Look at the Somalis. 99% of them are Muslims. They have nothing. They destroy themselves to the point of everything becomes like the hurricanes, like the hurricanes went through the city, destroy themselves. If they are Muslims are so great, they're so peaceful, why are they running away from their country? Why are you begging to come to the West, to the Western society?
Change your view about what America represents.
Since the US is a country of liberty, freedom, and such, and then you ban all these countries that have weak economies and weak governments, and no one's there to help. Whatever the US does affects every other country.
It does not affect every other countries. Every other country is responsible for their own citizens, for their own well-being, for their own economy. US are not their little. The US is not a police for what happened to other countries. Whether they take care of themselves, advance their civilization is up to them, only up to them. Just like the United States advancing their societies, like everybody want to come here. If you bring everybody here, everybody to the United States, then the United States becomes nothing. Just like they will be thrown into third world country. Everybody is gonna be fighting over a job. These people, one job, if there is one job available, you have to fight with these people to get that job. That means the more refugees you bring in, the more competitive everything is gonna be. I mean, why would you do that to yourself? Limit the people that come into United States, come into the Western society. It's not your problem. It's not the America problem or the problem of any other countries, but the country of these people, or the country of whoever that want to flee and to come to United States. At least they're really fleeing for political reason. Economic refugees should not even allowed to come to United States. They should be provided, if they live in a refugee camp, provided help them there, food or whatever. But to bring these burdens on your society is a foolish thing to do, and they should be ashamed. The immigration department should be ashamed of themselves for what they're doing to America.
Leader, you should actually lead with some respect and dignity.
All over the world, it's taught to be the country where people who have no hope, that's where they go. But now you see that, they've changed their core idea.
The people in the world have no hopes. How is that a problem of the people? If you want to come to other countries, other country will limit their capacity, limit the type of people that come in, the number of people that come in. They can have, nobody have rights to come to any other countries. You don't have right to other people's country. That's like you don't have right to come to my house. You can't come in that door right there. You're not allowed to come in that door, because that's my right, and I am the one that owns this, and you're not allowed to come in. But if I wanted to, I can allow anyone I wanted to come in, but I also have right and responsibility to limit what I allow in my house. The same for countries. If people limit and want to limit the amount of terrorists that come to their country, the amount of savages that come to their country, they should be proudly do that.
Deals what they believed in, so they're losing that special thing that they had for people all over the world.
If you had the chance to talk to President Trump about this, what would you say?
I would say you need to be more understanding of others, not just yourself. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes.
Islam is not the enemy. All these Muslim countries not.
It is. Islam is the enemy. It says so right there in the Quran, that if you're kuffar, if you're non-Muslims, you are like poisons. You're like najis. And the Muslims actually, not the one in the West. The one in the West are not even true believers in the books. If you look at the Quran, read the Quran, when it comes to things like food, you're not allowed to eat from the same plates as Christians or non-Muslims. If you're not Muslim, you cannot even eat from the same plate as a Muslim. You can eat from the other religious people. That's how much hateful the Muslim is, and their Quran and Islam is hateful. And this is nothing new. It's been around since the Constantine, since the Roman times, even before the Romans. There have never been a peace in the Middle East. Never will be a peace in the Middle East again. And why would you want to bring in these kind of people who are intellectually deficient? Their only way of thinking is, I'm gonna believe in this afterlife, and they don't care about succeeding in life. And the hateful idea of my religion, I believe in my religion, it allows me to go to heaven. Everybody else is gonna go to hell, therefore I'm gonna hate them so much, and to the point of joining places like, to the point of organizations like Al-Qaeda existed, Al-Shabaab existed, and throughout Africa right now, like these people, where are these people coming from? If you go to Africa, there are hundreds of thousands of different rebel groups, military groups that are fighting, killing on behalf of Muslims all over Africa, killing off the Christians, minority Christians in every Muslim countries in the world. This is because of, not because Muslims are peaceful, nice people to be around, because they're hateful people to be around. Not all of them, but most of them are.
It's not the enemy. Alienating all these other countries will not help you in the long run.
Mark Strassman, CBS News, Clarkston, Georgia.
And
That's it, buddy.